Thank you very much. Lovely to be here in Aldershot. It's good. I grew up around here. I know Aldershot. It's not as bad as everyone says it is it? I had my 13th birthday at Tiffany's. They were very welcoming. Very welcoming indeed. That's good. Is everyone at work this week? Well done, you three. I had an awkward day at work. My 65-year-old receptionist turned up in a miniskirt. Now, obviously, you can't say anything, can you? But I forgot that. I said, "What the fuck are you wearing, Gary?" I mean, to do something like that at his age, it shows a lot of balls, doesn't it? It's good. I love this job. I've had a lot of different jobs. I used to work in a call centre, which some people think are all in India. Well, they're not, okay? Because there's some people, like me, who are just doing the accent. You do it. Yeah, my name's Keefy, or as my 2-year-old daughter now calls me, Keith. She likes calling me that because it rhymes with a few things, doesn't it? Like teeth, beef, contraceptive sheath. Keys, quiche, reef, brief, thief, chief. Queef. Does anybody know what a queef is? One or two ladies over there? Really classy ones. I've never known what it's meant. I've been called that my entire life. I didn't know what it meant. Googled it. I go to school with some of you lot over there. Googled it, right? The dictionary definition is the expulsion of air through the vagina. It's true. Posh and Bex named their firstborn child after the city he was conceived in. My parents have named me after a love puff. Cheers, guys. Nobody's called Keith anymore. It's not a name. People don't believe me when I tell them that's my name. It takes them a little while to get their head around it. And then they nickname me after a famous Keith, but it's never one of the good ones, is it? It's never Richards or Moon or Lemon. No, it's always Chegwin. I think it's going to make a resurgence though, Keith. I always remember my wife handing me a list of names for our daughter. Mildred, Ethel, Agnes, Gladys. I was like, no. Those are all names of women I've shagged. What's your name, big fella? Dave? Dave the Builder? Tyler? Sell DVDs? Dave. That's David's King's name, mate. That's good. That's strong. Don't everyone make fun of you. Especially not someone standing on stage with a microphone. Right? That's a good name, that. A strong name. If you and I went back a few thousand years, to when like Game of Thrones was filmed, you'd be on a horse, David. Yeah? Dressed like a knight, big sword. David of Bareback Island. Son of Horatio, firstborn and rightful heir of 1,000 kingdoms. Who are you, mate? I'll be dressed as a peasant. Keith of Hampshire. Son of Alan. Third born and rightful heir to this goat, actually. The biggest problem named Keith is probably a white middle class man's name, isn't it? People think it's easy being a white middle class man. And it is. very much. It's not my fault, is it? You know, people don't like us as a race. I think that's fairly well justified. We've done some absolutely awful things, haven't we? Like slavery, colonialism, institutional sexism, Morris dancing. I mean, isn't it sad to think that that is England's version of the hacker? To be fair, I would love to see the England rugby team Morris dancing. That'd be great. Right, boys, gather around, big game tonight, yeah? Let's hit them hard in the scrum, let's fucking show these All Blacks what we're made of! Saddest thing is, I like to practice at home. Everyone loves the hacker though, don't we? All like the hacker? It's good, isn't it? There's one bit, right? We'll go like this, we'll go. So I go back, he's doing all the shouting, these are the actual words. He goes, Ringa, Bucky, where, Ducky, That's my favourite bit. Because if you translate that, right, do it in English, it goes, stamp your feet as hard as you can, slap your legs as hard as you can. But it's just Morris dancing, but with more vigour. Could be worse, if you do it in Spanish, it goes, stupid. Macarena, man. That reminds me of Year 9 school discos. You had Macarena, Kung Fu fighting, Run DMC, Titanic theme tune, and then everyone just got off with each other. Except me, I just stood there wishing I didn't go to an all-boys school. Not for me, even if it's just practice. That's not true. I actually went to a Catholic school. People get confused when I say that, but I think I was taught by nuns. It's just like a normal school, except for prayers at special occasions. Like at Christmas, we would all pray for starving third world children. Pointless. Nobody ever got one. Honestly, we were a terrible Catholic school. Most of my mates had underage sex. They made fun of me for being a virgin. I remember thinking, unlike you, I'm not attracted to Father Michael. Talk about being a white guy, being white. Don't like that. I'm not just white. I'm white. Whitest of all of the whites. Not like a Nancy, just like a Nemec. My ex-girlfriend said I'd get a sunburn from a heated conversation. My wife, though, she says I've got the body of a Greek yogurt. Don't like being called middle class either. I don't like that. I actually grew up in a working class family. People just assume I'm middle class because I'm an architect and you have to go to a fancy university for 7 years to become an architect. Well, not me, because I'm unlicensed. Which is fine, by the way. That's not the same as being an unlicensed gynecologist, right? Because that was awesome. People just judge you now, don't they, based on which supermarket you go to. There's an order, isn't there? The top little farm shops there, la-di-da, aren't they? And then it goes M&S, Waitrose, Sainsbury's, Tesco, and at the bottom, you've got the food banks. And then Lidl. I actually love going to Lidl, because you can do shopping and learn German, can't you? Well, so we just need to get some Apfelsaft, some Gemüses, some Kartoffeln, ein Kugelschreiber, 20 Schmetterling, und then... I'm just going to try on that wetsuit and then we're done. like to think that out there somewhere there's a German in Asda going, "Okay, Thomas, wir müssen Wäsche kaufen, alphabetic spaghetti." That is so stupid. I've got 2 young kids, right? Whenever I take them shopping, I'll just put random shit in the basket that I don't want. I have to say to them, no, obviously I'm not going to buy that. Can you put it back, please? And then they kick off and make an absolute scene, so we have to come to a compromise and I just let them steal it. Got to pick your battles. Started using the scanner guns at the supermarket. They're good, aren't they? Because you can take the expensive item and then scan the cheap one. Just got to play dumb when you get caught. Oh, I see what's happened. I've taken the Glenfiddich 18. And I've scanned a cabbage. In America, they've got scanner machine guns. Oh, that's good. I don't have a supermarket of choice. I couldn't be shit, to be honest. I do like the food back, so I've got a bit of a soft spot for homeless people. I'm always giving them money. My wife gets annoyed at me because she says it's just for drugs and alcohol. Well, it's not, because sometimes I give them money for sex as well. Jumping to conclusions. Nearly 40, that's pretty depressing. It's halfway there, isn't it? Okay, it's pretty sad. I don't want to be old. I'm genuinely terrified of being old. No offence. Old? There's nothing wrong with you people. I just don't want to be one of you. No offence. I don't think you want to be one of you, do you? I don't want to smell funny, no offence. I don't want to wake up in the morning and my first thought be, phew! My dad's 80 this year, somehow they still let him drive. He ran over his own cat. Apparently it was an accident, he thought it was his neighbour's cat. Grew up in the 90s, that was a great time to be alive, wasn't it? We had the best of both worlds, outside and technology, you know, we had the first of all the new things. I am a little bit jealous now of teenagers now. They've got porn literally at their fingertips. The only porn I had as a teenager was a magazine I found dripping wet in an old bush. I know, and that was the title of it. It's not that enjoyable. Wouldn't like to be young now though, it's a confusing time, isn't it? My 12-year-old niece said to me recently she's becoming a man. Turns out she's just getting hairy armpits. I said, you're not becoming a man, just a vegan. That is a cheap shot at vegans, isn't it? Give us a cheer if you're a vegan. Oh, you sound like you're full of beans over here. Who is it? Put your hand up, can't see very well. Oh, nice to meet you. What's your name? Nice to meet you, Katie. Just out of interest, why did you become a vegan? Yeah, alright, don't go on about it. I'm only messing. So, it was a trap. We fell into it. I'm all for veganism. I think it's good. We should all be a bit more conscious about what we're eating. I always make sure my kids are having. They understand we're having animals for dinner, right? So if it's beef, it goes on the fork. Moo! Chicken. Sausages. Pepper! The other day we had a Chinese takeaway. She went, Daddy, woof! So she is getting it. If you can't kill it, you shouldn't eat it. That's your motto, isn't it? You personally, and I think that's fairly well. I think that's a fairly good thing to live by. You know, I think I could kill an animal, I haven't, but I think I could. As long as it was a fair fight and an adult animal. I couldn't do like a lamb or a chick or one of those little turkey dinosaurs. It's just too... I once dated a transsexual vegan. Difficult to eat out. So yeah, I've got two kids. First of all, my mates to have kids. So the first one popped out, all my mates came round to say hello, and then they got all weird about breastfeeding. I was like, guys, fucking hell, come on. If you don't like it, don't drink it. It's good, I love being a dad. It's great, I come out with some stupid shit, you know. Daddy, crayons are spicy. Crayons are not spicy, mate. That is a chilli. Now eat the vindaloo, come on. Tripped over my foot, looked at me and went, Daddy, don't do that again, or I will kill you. I said, where did you learn to speak like that, you cheeky little cunt? So strange. No control over them. The only way I can control them is if I threatened to call the police. But they started to see through that. They know it's a bluff, so I called up my mate, the police officer, and I said, you have to come round and sort this out. He wouldn't do it, so I'm just going to cut out the middleman, just get my own pepper spray. Luckily, we've got a childminder who's wonderful. She's like a second mum to them, right? To the point where my wife's actually started getting jealous, because when we drop them off, she gives them a big cuddle and a big kiss, and then she does that thing where she goes, not on my tummy. That's so nice. Are you here with Dave? Wife? What's your name, wife? Lou? Nice to meet you, Lou. Dave, Lou. How long have we been together? Oh, right, you've been talked to already, haven't you? Yeah. Okay, 25 years, that's pretty good, isn't it? That's got any advice? A whippersnapper like me? No? Good. It's not very helpful. What about you, Lou? Did you told? All right. Oh, it looks like a broken this Got some advice for you. Don't forget, it's your anniversary, and agree to do a gig in Aldershot. She is pretty angry. At least I think she is. She just had Botox. Could be happy or surprised, not really sure. For all of you who don't know what Botox is, right, it's an injection that women have in their forehead, right? It gets rid of all the wrinkles, but it also stops their eyebrows from moving, so they've got no expressions. It's fine, she looks lovely, right? But the problem is, she's a silent laugher, so she comes to my gigs and she sits in the front and she just goes, sits there like that. The fucking Thunderbirds. Put me off, just get out. It's hard being a good husband, though. She wants me to be alpha male. Yeah, butch, alpha, but also in touch with my femininity. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do. I think I need to become a bodybuilder, because they're big and muscly, aren't they? Yeah, strong, but also fake tan little knickers. Or get a big Harley Davidson, and then ride it side saddle. Or do I just need to come home and talk like that? Right, love, get upstairs, get your knickers off. Because tonight, the new moon is aligned with Capricorn. 10 years we can tell. I used to think that after 10 years, your sex drive goes away. You lose your sex drive. You don't. Me and my wife, we want to fuck all the time. Just not with each other. Things change over amount of time, don't they? Something stayed the same. Like when we first got together, we would do cocktail night on Friday. That was our date night, right? We couldn't afford to go to a cocktail bar, so what we'd do is we'd learn to make a cocktail. We'd go out and buy all the ingredients, make a big night of it there. We'd get all the snacks, get all dressed up, and afterwards, I'd shag her tits off Dave. 10 years on, 2 kids later, we still do it. Except now, it's just the snacks. Best I can hope for is a pack of pork scratchings and a cheeky finger. I don't even like pork scratchings. Or being fingered. Yes, my wife is here. No, she does try and spice things up in the bedroom. Often gets it wrong though. Like, we went out for dinner once, she had nothing on underneath her jacket. Everyone knew what was going on, because it was a bomber jacket. She also tried calling me daddy in the bedroom. Some men like that, don't they? Daddy. Not for me. I respect her dad way too much for that. So use his real name. No, Dad's actually a bit of a legend. I hate telling that joke. He's a lovely man, very, very generous. He paid for our wedding. And at the time I thought, you know what, I'm going to go out and buy him a fancy bottle of wine as a thank you, but he's a really high-profile doctor in the NHS, so I thought, nah, fuck that. I'm just going to stand outside my house clapping. That's all he wants. He gave me a handwritten letter on our wedding day, looked at me and went, your wife cannot read that. Nobody could read it. A letter from my doctor recently said that I need to go in to be analysed. I read that wrong. That'll do. It's been a lot of fun. Just before I go, I'll tell you about my granddad, who was a war hero. Died recently, unfortunately. I was going through his things and I found these love letters that were written to my granny whilst he was away at war in German. But turns out they were just shopping lists for Lidl. My name's Keefy. Enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you very much.